Alright, what's good everybody, and welcome back to a new trading week. Welcome back to the first analysis. So we're going to start off first with US30 and then move forward with gold. So check this out, guys. So as you guys can see, pretty much last week I did explain to you guys the sell-off that happened over here, which was pretty much obviously putting back into this area of resistance. If you guys look left, we're pretty much trading under this structure of support, which obviously right now price continues to hold as resistance. Now check out this structure over here. Notice once we did reject the first area of resistance, price did create this low, pull back, retested, use it as a lower high, retested structure support, which obviously formed as resistance, which obviously continued breaking back into the downside. If you guys copy and paste this, right, let me just do this again. If you guys copy and paste this, you guys can see that pretty much price structure is doing, or price action is doing the same exact story, which is obviously repeating the history. So we formed this low and now price is pulling back to then potentially form the lower high to then continue breaking back into a downside or selling back into a downside, right? So obviously for this morning, what I'm going to be interested at, right, I'm going to be looking for sales as long as price can remain itself under these two structures right over here. So the first structure is going to be the 38,350. If price pushes a little bit higher, we can possibly retest the 38,390. So as long as price can remain under these two structures over here, then I'll be interested in continuing selling the market to then target back down over here, which will be the first low or the first target, right? Now this target over here was obviously the previous higher low, which was simply this break above the structure, high and then higher low to then continue breaking back into the upside. So if, what this over here will be the first take profit. Now let's say that we do get a candle closure under this structure, then simply wait for the break and retest to make sure that this support structure over here can remain itself under as resistance, and if it does, this will be also a good area to then take a second entry to then target back down into these lows over here, which will be my final take profit for this morning. So it's going to be for US30 sells. The only way that I'll be interested in taking buys this morning will be considered as a high risk, but if it does give you guys a proper entry, the only way that I'll be interested in taking buys this morning will simply be the break and retest above the 38,390 or the 38,400. Give you guys a good bullish confirmation, then you guys will good to then take buy position to then target back into this area of resistance. And then once price does come back into this area from there on, we're going to have to see exactly what price does. If it continues rejecting, it probably continues setting off. If it doesn't, it finally breaks above it, then we simply wait for the break and retest, and then possibly look for a second entry above this structure over here to then continue looking for more buys, to then take it above over here, which will be one of my first take profit, and then right over here will be my second take profit. So it's going to be for US30 buys, which is high risk over here. Maybe over here will also give us a proper setup if it does break a retest above it. If not, then we're just going to wait for another setup. But high risk buys over here, and then if it does remain itself under, you guys are good to continue selling the market. So now moving forward with gold. So check this out. Gold, pretty much I've been explaining to you guys this setup since last week, which is simply the break and retest setup above these structures over here, which as you guys can see on Friday, we did get the pullback. We did have the first push. Last night during the London session, price also pulled back, gave us this rejection, also had the second push. Now check this out. Price is once again at this area, and so far we are retesting it, kind of rejecting it, but not fully rejecting it, right? But we are retesting these structures over here. So at this point, I want to wait to see how price pretty much give us a good bullish candle. So we are seeing this 30-minute rejection, wick rejection over here. So the only way that I'll be interested in taking buys this morning will simply wait to see if price can actually remain itself above it. So if we do get a bullish engulfing candle over here, or any bullish confirmations around these structures over here, then I'll be interested in taking the buy position back into the upside. And then obviously the first take profit is going to be back over here, which is going to be the first take profit. If it does break a retest above, we're looking for second entry to then take it back into 2360, which is one of the structures that I've been explaining to you guys pretty much last week, right? That from there on, I want to see how price reacts. If it does give us a bearish confirmation, then I'll be interested in selling. But from there on, we're going to have to wait to see if price actually gives us a deeper pullback into the 2360. Now, for sales this morning, obviously, you guys already know, will simply be the break and retest under the area of interest. So if we do get a candle closure under this structure, best bet is to go down into a lower time frame. Make sure that price does pull back, give you guys those proper rejection, and actually remain itself under. If it does remain under the 23,330, I'll be interested in taking the sells all the way back into a downside. This over here will be the first take profit, and then the second take profit will be back down over here, which is going to be the 2300. So that's pretty much it, guys, for today's analysis. Hope you guys enjoy, found it helpful, and I'll see you guys later on tonight with the recap. Peace out, guys.